Hello YouTube, objective in this tutorial is to create function that will grab all these things automatically for every individual book we create. So for example, if we have book 1, 2, 3, blah blah blah, for every one of them you can use the same function to get those individual fields. Right, so that's objective. Of course we need this code to remain as it is here from last tutorial. Right, so let's create a function void, let's call it get stuff, and now we will pass to it struct as argument. So struct, and what is a general container, general library, books in this case. So this is unique case, so books, and now we need to have generic name for those individual fields, because this is the whole purpose of this function, to get into these fields generically and extract all of them one by one. So we must have some common name for these things at the right side of the dot, right? So let's here call it like gen field, like general field. You can use X here, general X, or just X, whatever you like. So I'm just gonna say gen field. Right. Okay, so let me copy paste this down there to get into details. Right, operations. So the thing right now is extremely easy. I'm just going to grab this stuff and that will be pretty much it. Let me arrange this. Let me copy paste these things down there. I'm gonna delete this comment, I don't need it. Now of course we need to fix a couple of things here, like for example, see here we are using book 1, so this is individual case from last tutorial, but that's not good. Now we need to substitute these things with a generic field for every occurrence of individual book. So that's the whole purpose of function. So the thing is extremely easy. Just grab gen field and whatever you use here, just grab it and copy paste it down there like this. And now of course you must align your custom kind of report to represent that generic approach. So book 1 will not work. You can just say book, okay, or even delete book and then just leave title, author, topic and ID of book. Right, so let me run this stuff to see if everything is fine. Okay, no errors, no scary warnings. So now we need to actually use this function. Right, so where to use it? Of course in a main section of code. So how to use it? Let's just call it get stuff, and now the thing is extremely easy. Just use here book 1, because this is our target. Book 1, and that is pretty much it. You don't need to use strict here. Okay, no need for that, because that's already done, like here and here, so don't worry about that. And now when you run this function you will get your results. So this is actually excellent, very simple tutorial. Right, there you go, you have your results. So some people say, well then I can call this function like a couple of times. Well sure, let's test that. And let's run it and you'll get a bunch of stuff. Okay, so now of course that will work for every occurrence of book, as I said. So let's actually create like a couple of more of them based on the same structure here. I do know that the code looks a little bit messy, but this is C++, so just you need to live with that. It's not Python. So right, I'm gonna copy paste this down there and I'm gonna call it book let's say 2, obviously, and I'm gonna change these things to something really stupid like xxx, and I don't know, I'm not creative with these names, so I'm just gonna stick with something stupidity. Who cares? You have a lot of books apparently. Right, so of course we must change these ones to 2. Okay, like this. So basically we are creating a subcontainer, substructure based on this general structure. That's the whole purpose of struct. Right, and now we will use the same function that we create to get stuff from books number 2. Let me just check if everything is fine. I think that it's cool. I didn't create any kind of mistake. So book number 2, and now you will get all data for book number 2. There you go. So everything works. Can you call these things simultaneously? I hope I said that correctly. Well, sure. And let's run this stuff, and there you go. Now you have both results. So some people are saying this is not nice. Can I use some kind of header? Well, sure. Sorry, you can use header here like this, but yeah, you can use this, but maybe better approach is just to do that in a function, because once when you create the stuff in a function, those things remain there working. So yeah, you can use that approach too, and the line, and now you will have that automatic separator every time when you call your function. There you go, see? So of course you need to think about how these headers need to be long, or even taller, how to get them dynamically based on actual data, but maybe that's just too much into details, going into details. So you can just, you know, type them like down there, like many of them, so those things will automatically work in any case. Sometimes the manual solutions are the best. See, no dynamic extraction of these fields. It's just a lot of work. Anyway, so let me repeat those things. Okay, so the whole purpose of this function was to extract individual fields for every general sub container, because we can have those subcontainers because we have general structure. Okay, so after that, when you import kind of data, then you can extract them just like manually, but you're putting the stuff in a function. So important thing to note here is that when you're creating a function, use a struct and then target that general container, that big one, that big structure, and then after that use x, y, z, gem field, whatever, to represent those individual fields. So this is generic stuff, and when you grab them, they will be actually stuff from reality. So yep, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna shut up as always, and thanks for watching. See you next tutorial.